Hey everyone, welcome back to this week's vlog. Today is a very special one because I'm meeting Chris Pavey from CPM Mastering. I can't wait to share something about the mastering process, and we're just going to meet him now. So I'm going to turn this camera around. Chris, how are you? Thank you. Wow. Oh, look at this place. It's amazing.
I see your movement, I see you moving, falling to the floor in awe and adoration. Oh, find me here.
Chris, it's so good to see you here in your man den, and you've been in this room now for how long?
Been in this room for 2 years now.
2 years, and you built it from scratch, didn't you?
So everything in here, most of the stuff I built myself, so all the acoustic treatment, desk, the panels on the walls, everything I sort of designed, and even the room. When the builders came in, I was very specific about the floor and the walls and the insulation as well. So
wow, that's
a very sort of completely my design room.
And it's so good. I mean, we've listened to a track from in here, or a couple of tracks in here, and I mean the quality of the sound and the definition is fantastic, especially for mastering, because that is your job. You're a mastering engineer.
Absolutely. I mean, this room is very, very flat, it's very neutral. I mean, as you said, you commented on it, it's very sort of level. Everything sounds flat in here, but that's how I want it to sound. It's meant to sound very neutral. I don't want anything accentuated or hyped up. So the highs are very, very natural. The lows are not thumpy or boomy. Everything's very flat. And that's exactly what I want from a mastering studio, and that's why I'm very specific about what's in the walls, what's hung on the walls in the acoustic treatment.
Yeah, brilliant. Oh, I love it. And we've just been chatting about the music industry now, and for those of you who don't know, mastering is basically the last thing you do on a recording project. So you go into the studio, you record your album, you have your musicians come in and play, and you often either self-produce or work with a producer who often is the engineer as well, or if you're in a big studio, you have an engineer doing it if you're loaded. But for us normal people, and then you go through the mix, and you know, I've worked on projects where you go to a different mixing engineer in his own space, or you have the producer work on the mix depending on their skill set. I know for Vulnerability, Ian did the mixing as well. That was his real strength. And then you send it off to master. And you know, this is the dark arts that no one really knows about. And I think for independent artists, like it's so, because budget is such an issue these days, it's the area I think that gets overlooked the most. But I think people need to understand why mastering. So from an artist's perspective, why would you invest money into mastering?
That's a really good question, and really it's really simple. You get one chance. You get one chance to show your music off to people, and we were discussing earlier on, pluggers and label people, they're not listening to your whole track, they're listening to the first 10-20 seconds, and it can be less than that. Your track has got to make an impact, and it's got to sound good, and it's got to sound the best it can straight away. You can only get that through mastering. Yes, a mix can be great, and actually a mastering engineer may only change very small details in the mix, but those details that they've changed could completely raise that mix to a new level, and then that might be the thing that gets you the label contract, or it might get you signed to go and play a gig somewhere. It might get you in a festival, it might get you played on some radio. You've got to remember, there's so much music coming out now. We live in this age where anyone can make music, but I feel that the real essence of a track can come out in mastering. And obviously I have a biased view because I'm a mastering engineer, but I really do see some music get released and I go, if only you'd invested a little bit more money, because it's not huge. We're not talking thousands and thousands of pounds now. There's really good affordable mastering out there, and I encourage any viewers who are thinking about getting their music released, go and get it mastered. Go and talk to a mastering engineer as well.
Great.
I mean, if you come to me, I will talk to you about your mix first, and sometimes that can help. Just having a discussion about the mix that's still mastering. It's not all the gear and the plugins and the speaker and stuff. Sometimes it is a conversation and just going, I think you can improve this a little bit, or I think this can be tweaked. That's all still mastering. It's so important. Really is important.
What's your favourite part of mastering? I mean, I know you love the technical side of things. I know you're really into all of that. For me, that just doesn't float my boat like it does for you, which is really amazing. But if there's like one thing that you love about mastering more than anything else, what is it?
The thing I love more about mastering than anything else is the bit between finishing the master and seeing it released.
Wow.
Is when you're the only person other than the artist that's heard it finished.
Wow.
It really is special, and it took me a while to realise that. It really did, because I suddenly was thinking, I'm the only person who's heard this music. It's awesome. I can't wait for you guys to hear it. I was working on a project last year, and I kept telling people, you have to listen to this track. I can't send it to you because that'd be in breach of my contract and stuff, but when it comes out, you must go and listen to it. And for like 6 months, I had this sort of thing inside me going, come on, come on, come on. And then when it was released, I got to share that, and the artist got to share it with the world, and it was such a special thing. And I get that with almost every project I work on. I'm like, I've heard it, the artist has heard it, the label might have heard it, or the producer might have heard it, but no one else has. Until it's out there, you're in this special club.
That's amazing.
I love that about mastering, I really do.
Wow. So, I mean, you've done this from scratch. You've built this studio. You've worked hard on it, no doubt.
Thank you.
And it's really impressive. But for you, what do you see in an era where independent music is more accessible, but also there's more competition? What do you see in the next sort of 5-10 years of the music industry? What are the things that you're noticing that this could be a trend, or this is something I'd look out for or advise artists on?
I think the thing that's changed most is the technology, and the technology has allowed everyone to make music. Anyone can go and buy a really cheap laptop, a really cheap interface, a cheap microphone, and make an amazing sounding record. But you have to have the record first. The record's not made in recording, it's not made in the mix, it's not made in the mastering, it's made up here in the fingers when you're playing. And I think one of the things I think about the industry is, yes, it's allowed loads of people to make music, but it hasn't allowed everyone to make good music. And I really feel that is a thing in the industry at the moment, that everyone goes, oh, it's saturated, there's so many people making music, how can I make any money, how can the industry keep going? Yes, the amount of music being made, but actually the amount of good music being made, I wouldn't say that, so that's increased maybe. I think people need to realise that actually people who make amazing music and make good music will still make money, and they'll still have careers. And don't get put off by the fact that the market's saturated, because it's saturated with not all amazing stuff. And I think it's really important for artists, especially independent artists, to realise that if you're passionate about what you're doing and you make good music, there's no reason why you can't succeed. Don't be held back by defeatists saying, oh, the music industry's going to fail, there's no money in it. Yes, there is. I know there's money in it, you know there's money in it, loads of people know there's money in it. There may not be as much money as there was because of the way the monetary streams have changed, but it's still viable, it's still a business, and don't get put off. Don't get put off by what other people are telling you. You go out and experience it, you do it, and you will succeed.
Amazing. That's really encouraging, I think.
It's the truth.
Oh, that's great, isn't it? Not just nice words.
No, it's the truth. Yeah.
So you backed my vulnerability on vinyl campaign. You were the first person who did. I remember that, and you've now got the vinyl over there, which is. Do you want to give it a wave? You might as well show it off. Sing it. It's the Pyramid Park vlog. Look at this. And you love vinyl.
Yes.
Why should artists do vinyl? Why not just like release stuff streaming and downloads?
There's a lot of misinformation about vinyl, and it's really funny because everyone goes, oh, it's a really high quality format. We won't get into a long conversation about that because it'll probably spark some horrible comments, but it's more about the physical, I think. Music's a non-tangible product now. We have Spotify here. We at the moment, us have access to every single piece of music almost that's ever been made. So we don't really see it as a value. It's a subscription we pay that we do each month. You don't really think about. I don't think about my Spotify subscription each month. When I bought that, when I backed it, I was like, I'm buying something.
Yeah.
I'm buying a physical product that I can hold in my hands. It looks great.
Good.
It feels great. Weight to it. It's a gatefold as well. You have all the lyrics written down on it. You've got amazing images in it. It has all the credits of people, which is so important. From a person that likes to be credited in their work, it's really nice to see the engineers on here, the song, people who performed on the songs, the artwork. That is more important in vinyl than people think. It really does mean something to people to have something physical as a portfolio piece for yourself, with the engineers that worked on it, but also from a fan's point of view. What's cooler than being able to hold a big piece of artwork, sit down, put the headphones on, open it up, and follow along with the lyrics?
Yeah.
You've got some nice thank yous in here. It's really nice to read all that, and it makes people feel they're part of something, not just listening to a piece of music. It makes them feel part of the music, not just a bystander listening to the music. I think that's really important.
And I think it creates community as well. And you know, things like vlogs like this, even you know, it breaks down that barrier between the artist is here, the fan is here. It's a community thing. We're growing into something together, and I think like any industry that does well, they have that kind of heart to serve almost.
Yes.
Like what you're doing, it's a service industry, isn't it? I know it's not like the typical like the food or whatever drinks industry, but it's a service to people. And in the same way, I think for artists, I find I do my best when I'm wanting to do well for others, and I do my worst when I'm looking at the bank balance and thinking, you know, I need you to buy this amount of CDs or whatever.
Absolutely.
Chris, thank you so much for
you.
your time, and it's been fascinating. And if people want to hear about your services, where can they go?
They can go to chrispaveymastering.com and they can email me at chris@chrispaveymastering.com. We'll put all those links below the video.
Fantastic. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Thanks, Sam.